Hey everybody, my name is Tyler Salt.
Hey, and I'm Jocelyn Sauce.
And welcome to this week's episode of Game and Guess, where we mush together trivia and retro games to make something truly fantastic for you. Today, I am the quizmaster, and Jaws here is going to be playing River City Ransom for the NES. Now, Jaws, you're a big fan of this game, right?
I like this game a lot. I don't really know how to play it well, but I know it's just a lot of fun.
That's right on brand for us. So I played this game a little bit, but I played more of its spin-off Crash in the Voice Street Challenge on the NES. I really like that. But we got to beat them up for you. And I've got 20 questions for Jaws here on, as you might expect, on rivers, on gangs and organized crime, and on kidnappings and ransoms. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Also,
right.
I noticed they say barf every time I kill them. So we're going to make my points be a bunch of barfs today.
Yes. So let's see how many barfs Jaws accumulates throughout today's episode. All right. So question number 1. Oh, by the way, I forgot. We have a new mechanic here with the questions this week. We're trying something new. So if you are absolutely nowhere on a question, you can ask for a hint. And I will give you a hint, but that will reduce the value of the question from 5 points to either 2 or 3 points, depending on how good the hint is. We'll put it that way. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me.
All right, so make sure you score along at home. Here we go. Question number 1. All right, Jaws, the longest river in the world is, of course, the Nile, a river in Africa. But if you ignore estuary sections, right, where the river's mouth is, which river is the widest in the world? At 11 kilometers wide during dry season, a whopping 40 kilometers wide during the wet season at its widest point. What is the widest river in the world?
Instinct is saying the Amazon River.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say the Amazon River because of how
rainy
it gets.
That is absolutely correct. That's absolutely correct. The Amazon, the widest river in the world, also carries the most water by volume. Highest volume river in the world. Very good. Now I don't need to ask my Alexa for a hint. That was the hint. So, all right. So you get 5 barfs. Good job.
Awesome.
All right. 5 points. All right. Question number 2 here is. Oh no, that guy said, "Mama." Just going around beating up dudes with chains.
I know I could just sort of skip through it too, but what's the fun of that? Like, I know the speed run, you just run through. But I want to beat up guys.
This isn't a speed run.
I'm not here for fast. I'm here for strong.
All right, here we go. Question number 2. We got some good Midwest content for you here today. Jaws, of course, Midwesterner. It has caught on fire at least 13 times. Most famously on June 22nd of 1969, in a fire that helped spark, no pun intended, the environmentalist movement in the United States. In the 50s and 60s, the river was so polluted, the Time magazine described it as, quote, oozing rather than flowing, and that if a person fell into it, that they would not drown, but decay. Name that river in the great state of Ohio.
So you said river, and I was like, when you said that, I was like, oh, Lake Erie in Cleveland. No. So it's the river that's probably going into Lake Erie there. Oh man. Oh wait. Oh, the River Rouge. It's River Rouge.
It is not the River
No,
Rouge.
it's not the River Rouge. Oh, that's also caught on fire a lot.
No. I will give you the hint because the hint is multiple choice on this one. So for 2 points, was it the Ohio River, the Cuyahoga River, or the Great Miami River?
Let's just guess the Ohio River on that one.
Unfortunately, it was the Cuyahoga River.
The one that goes to Cleveland through
Cleveland,
Lake Erie?
From Akron through Cleveland up into Lake Erie. Yes, this was one of the very first Superfund sites.
That makes sense.
Actually, yeah. Here. Oh, to rescue her, you have to beat the twins. They're both clowns. They're very strong. Power up or you'll be in terrible danger.
Don't take any chances.
This is good dialogue, I gotta say.
Good story.
All right, question number 3 here. Rivers Cuomo, no relation to disgraced former New York Governor Andrew or disgraced former CNN anchor Chris, is the front man for what? I know, right? Rivers Cuomo is the front man for what rock band who made it big in the 90s and 2000s? but just announced new music coming out this year in 2022.
And they always have new music out of nowhere too, because I love them. It's Weezer.
It is Weezer. That's very good.
Big fan.
Yeah.
They did, I always love Africa by Toto, but they did a really good version of Africa.
Their Africa cover was great.
And in one of the concerts they did, Weird Al, who's one of my favorite artists, along with Weezer, showed up with the accordion and played the hook in the middle.
All right, so you are on 10 barfs. Good job. Moving on to question number 4, still on Rivers. What acerbic comedian got her big break on Johnny Carson's The Late Show in 1965, and then became the first woman to host her own late night network television show in 1989?
Joan Rivers.
It is Joan Rivers. Very good. That's 15 barfs for you, Jaws. Your hint for that was going to be a famous self-deprecating joke of hers. She wrote a book on plastic surgery. And she said, she wrote in the book, "I've had so much plastic surgery. When I die, they will donate my body to Tupperware."
Wow. Speaking of dying, and back to the mall. After a little death there.
Question number 5 here, still on Rivers. You're sitting on 15 barfs. You're off to a strong start. Here we go. Question number 5. The CW show Riverdale, which I'm a little ashamed to admit that I've seen multiple seasons of. It is way better than it has any right to be. Is a gritty modern adaptation of what long-running teen drama comic book series?
I watched the first season and I thought it was pretty good, and then I sort of lost track. But it's Archie Comics.
It is in fact Archie Comics, Archie and Friends. I was a big Archie fan growing up. Did you like Archie growing up?
Yeah, it never really accessed it, I guess. It never really was around because there was other stuff, but I was aware of it.
Yeah. For whatever reason, for whatever reason, there was like a little corner store in my town that I ended up at a lot as a kid, and they always had the little Archie digests.
Yeah, they're still around.
And so I had a whole mess of those. But yeah, Riverdale, pretty good. It's pretty good. It's very trashy, but it's very enjoyable. It's the CW.
If you watch CW, you know what to expect, and you get what you're expecting.
Yeah, exactly.
For good or for bad.
So 20 points for you. You were not a jughead on that question.
And then there's also the kind of quote unquote spin-off of that with Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Oh yeah, on Netflix. The chilling adventures of Sabrina. Yeah. That show is great. Like, just, it's not trash at all. It's actually really, really good. So if you haven't seen that on Netflix and you like spooky stuff even a little bit, go ahead and watch that one. That one's really good. Question number 6. In the classic musical, one of my personal favorites, The Music Man, con man Harold Hill, a role I was privileged enough to play a couple years ago, convinces the good people of River City, Iowa, to buy a bunch of band equipment to deal with the trouble that their children are in because of the presence of what piece of gaming equipment?
Oh man. I don't know the answer, so I'm gonna have to Well, let's take a hint on this one.
You gotta take a hint. All right. Well, it's trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for?
Capital T and rhymes with P?
Trouble with a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for? This is now only worth 3 points.
Trouble starts with a T, rhymes with P.
Yeah. So what does P stand for?
Oh man, I have no idea.
Oh no. Well, either you are closing your eyes to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you are unaware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. A pool table.
Oh man, I was going to say a chessboard, which is also not close. And who? Yeah, never. I know.
It also doesn't
76 trombones that led the big parade. That's about it.
Yeah. So yeah, that I got to play that role a couple years ago, a life highlight. So
I don't have a clue what any of these do. So I bought some anyway, but that one apparently made my kick go up once.
Ooh.
So maybe I should use my kick one.
Yeah.
I guess.
I didn't even know you had a kick.
I do. It's B.
Oh, okay.
A punch.
I guess.
B kick.
How do you jump?
Both of them. Classic Double Dragon style. Oh yeah, both buttons jump.
Nice.
And then you dash with like a double
the double tap. Yeah. Question number 7. So I currently live in the Bay Area, but my hometown is Ithaca, New York, in upstate New York. And Ithaca is famous for its gorges and waterfalls. So I couldn't do this round on rivers without at least something on waterfalls. Okay. So the Churun River in southeastern Venezuela flows over the side of what's called a tepui, which is a flat-top mountain that in English in the United States we would call a mesa.
Sure.
And the river falls nearly a full kilometer to the ground, creating the tallest waterfall in the world. What is the common English name of that waterfall?
Is it Angel Falls?
It is indeed Angel Falls. Very good. The official name, I believe, is...
That was like half my life in one hit, sorry.
Oh, no!
This one chain. Sorry, go for it.
Man.
The chain is deadly.
In the local native Piman language, it is Karapakupai Meru, which means waterfall of the deepest place, or Parakupa Vena, meaning the fall from the highest point. But yeah, it's named Angel Falls after British aviator Jimmy Angel, I believe it was his name, who was the first European to sight it. Downtown. Where are we trying to go? What are we trying to do in this game?
Honestly
Rescue
have
our
no
girlfriend?
idea. Yes. That's the ransom part.
So 25 out of 35 points on Rivers. Good job. We're moving on to round number 2 now. Round 2 is on gangs and organized crime. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Let's do it.
Question number 8. I said there was one Broadway musical question in this quiz. I lied. There are 2. But this one's also a bit of a movie question. In West Side Story, classic West Side Story, what are the names of those 2 rival gangs?
It's the Jets and the Sharks?
That is absolutely correct. The Jets and the Sharks.
Wasn't sure if Sharks was gonna be right because I've just been playing Earthbound, which has the Sharks.
It does have the Sharks, yes.
And I was like, is that? And I know they're supposed to kind of be named after, it's related. And
probably, yeah, I would say. All right, good. You're on 30 barfs. Good job. Seems like a bad thing, but we're gonna roll with it. All right, here we go. Question number 9 in round 2 on gangs and organized crime. Question number 9. A favorite boogeyman of Donald Trump in the run-up to the both 2018 and 2020 elections was an international gang originally set up in Los Angeles in the 70s and 80s to protect Salvadoran immigrants from rival gangs. What is that gang called?
Oh, man. It had a number.
Yeah.
It was like 13 something.
I can neither confirm nor
probably
deny.
not the one. It's probably worried about a different one, but there's the one that he thought was in Baltimore.
No.
13. I'll take the hint on that one.
You'll take the hint? Well, the hint isn't going to help you.
The hint just tells me the number 13.
Because it was 2 letters and 2 digits is the hint. But I will tell you, it is something 13. So I'll give you 2 points if you can come up with those 2 letters.
Oh, man. This is what's fun about playing the game, because I probably would know this if I wasn't half-brained on this and half,
Barf! There's a Barf.
There's a Barf.
From Linus.
I don't know the answer to this. You're going to say it. I'm like, oh, yeah, of course it is.
MS-13.
What is it?
MS-13.
Microsoft 13. That's right.
MS-13, yep.
Windows 13.
So.
Out of power.
Alex has lost all of his power.
But
do you keep going back to the very beginning?
No, you go back to the last mall you were at.
Oh, okay. All right, that's good.
Oh, now we're the factory.
Vacant third wheel factory.
Yes. Squids. I like how they hit each other though. Like if you get out of their way.
Why?
Everybody's a hitbox. It's great.
Sorry, I'm still stuck in the fact that this is a third wheel factory.
Yeah, just 3.
So do they manufacture like literal wheels but only the third ones, or do they manufacture like people that hang out with couples? Nobody knows.
There's the third wheel right there. He brought it.
He brought the wheel onto the screen. Question number 10. Our next question here. The classic Sicilian mafia and its Italian-American counterpart is sometimes referred to by a 2-word Italian phrase that means our thing in English. What is that phrase?
So it was the name of the mafia, basically the mafia, and what they're called.
The Sicilian mafia and to a lesser extent the American mafia sometimes refer to themselves by this phrase in Italian.
Like the family, La Familia.
Well, it means I won't count that because it literally means our thing. That is the translation of the phrase.
No, I don't know. You got a hint?
Well, the first word is cosa, which means thing. So I'll give you 2 points if you can come up with the other one.
Cosa Mia or something.
Well, that'd be my thing.
Yeah. Nope, I got nothing.
Cosa Nostra.
Cosa
Nostra, our thing. So still on 30 points there.
Oh, okay.
All right, moving right along now. We've got some questions on gangs and organized crime in film now for the next couple of questions. All right.
How about this? He says. Wang says, "How about this?"
How about this? All right, question number 11. Alex, Dim, Georgie, and Pete, clad in all-white cod pieces and bowler hats, engage in an evening of ultraviolence while intoxicated on Milk Plus and speaking Nadsat. In what film?
Clockwork Orange.
A Clockwork Orange. Very good. Directed by Stanley Kubrick, my droog.
It's a crazy movie. It's good.
Crazy.
It's weird.
Movie. Absolutely. Very weird. Based on the novel by Anthony Burgess, which I read in high school, weirdly enough.
Wow.
I feel like that was an edgy choice.
It's the Mobster.
Oh, it's the Mobster. This is fantastic. This is right.
Timing.
This is very, very good.
I don't like these two guys on each other with bats waiting for me. Very ominous.
It's just camping.
Excuse me, I'm just gonna leave.
Oh, there are two of them.
Oh no, I can't leave.
Oh no!
Rejected.
Moving right along now, we've got three questions now inspired by the same movie. Have you seen, or that came from the same movie? Have you seen the 2002 Scorsese movie, Gangs of New York?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I don't think that will help you at all.
Sure.
But these questions were inspired by it.
Yeah.
So Daniel Day-Lewis, right, nominated for a Best Actor Oscar for his portrayal of Bill the Butcher in Gangs of New York, but he did not win the Oscar. All right. The other nominees that year were Adrian Brody for The Pianist, Nicolas Cage for Adaptation, Michael Caine for The Quiet American, and Jack Nicholson for About Schmidt. Who won?
I think it was Adrian Brody for The Pianist.
It was indeed Adrian Brody for The Pianist. Good job. All right, that brings you up to 40 points. And then a bit of a follow-up here, though, as I just said, Day-Lewis did not win for Gangs of New York. He has won the Best Actor
wait a minute.
Oscar.
The other guy just hit him, and he knocked his own guy off the side.
Let's go.
Freebie.
We did it. Now we're downtown. All right, so Daniel Day-Lewis has won the Best Actor Oscar 3 times, more than anybody else. Name any 2 of the 3 movies that he won for.
Lincoln and There Will Be Blood.
Those are 2, yes. Very good. So I'll give you the points. Can you name the 3rd?
No, because I can't name another movie he's even in besides those 3.
He also won for playing real-life artist Christy Brown in My Left Foot way back in 1990.
And I've never heard of that movie, so that's good.
So there you go. I think he painted with his feet. I think that's the whole thing.
Sounds right. Sounds like a good description and title.
Yeah, and a good sort of role that somebody would win a Best Actor Oscar for. So,
yeah.
All right,
I can't afford the sauna. I don't know what I'd get out of it, but I can't afford it. I can come back for 20 cents.
It probably refills your health.
Oh, jeez.
It's the international store. Oh, man.
What is this?
They just...
What? Come on. Cheaters. Good. He hit himself. All right. I'm back on for
threw his brass knuckles into your face, which is not how those work.
Get out of the box.
So... Go.
I feel like I'm going in circles.
No, this is definitely new. River City High.
Oh
no.
Back to the mall.
I'm gonna make it new mall though.
Yes.
We've made it farther.
The Oak Hill Mall.
All right. So you're on 45 barfs. Very good score. You got one more question in this round. Gangs of New York takes place in the 5 Points neighborhood of Manhattan. which was the home of a real criminal organization called, uncreatively, the 5 Points Gang. The 5 Points Gang included a teenaged Al Capone as a member. Al Capone eventually went to prison on his conviction for what?
It's a white collar crime. Because mobsters never go to jail for murder. They only go for white collar crime. So I'm gonna say tax evasion or tax fraud.
Exactly tax evasion. Is very good. Yes.
And that I learned from Boardwalk Empire.
Oh, very good. There you go. Oh, I could have gone with some Boardwalk Empire. I haven't seen Boardwalk Empire.
It's a really good show. It still holds. I mean, it's not that old, but it still holds up as a good, solid. It's worth a watch, kind of Breaking Bad style level of. Yeah.
All right, so you're sitting at 50 points. 50 points after 2 rounds. 50 barfs, which is really good.
Nice.
So all right, so we're moving on to I think the toughest round here, though. Well, we'll see. I don't know. You've been doing pretty well. So we're now on to round 3, which is on kidnappings and ransom.
I think this is a boss fight too.
Oh boy!
I can't, and I'm just dead. And they hit me twice.
Just did three bars of health on 1 hit with that wheel.
As it pans over to just the wheel. Very dramatic as the.
Question number 15 here. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, the largest ransom ever paid was to Conquistador Francisco Pizarro for the return of Incan Emperor Atahualpa. The ransom was allegedly an entire hall filled with gold and silver. In today's money, adjusted for inflation, how much was that ransom worth? And I've got you multiple choice here. Was it $15 million, $150 million, $1.5 billion, or $15 billion?
So, and how much was the stack again in gold?
It was all we have is that it was an entire big hall filled with gold and silver.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with the biggest number there, 15 billion, as a guess.
All right, unfortunately, not quite that high. It's 1.5 billion. 1.5 billion. So, if you had asked for a hint, I would have given you 2 guesses. But you did not ask for a hint, so you don't get 2 guesses.
What is happening?
Whoa! Nintendo. Jeez.
Alex was very uptight.
The sauna was so relaxing. Willpower 15 up, whatever that means. Stamina 30 up. Max power maxed out.
That's legit.
Question number 16. Question 2 in Kidnappings and Ransoms. The Federal Kidnapping Act, 1932, made kidnapping a federal crime if the victim is brought across state lines. That law was passed in response to the so-called crime of the century, which is a high-profile kidnapping for ransom of the infant son of whom?
I need a hint. The name, I can't think of the name.
All right, so now down to 2 points. This person was a famous aviator.
Charles Lindbergh, the baby.
Charles Lindbergh, the Lindbergh baby. That's exactly right. Yep, crime of the century.
Yeah.
Charles Lindbergh, kidnapping victim, famous aviator, and just virulent racist. Terrible dude. Really, really awful guy. All right, so you're on 52 barfs. Okay, so
on the back.
Just absolutely sniped.
Why are you running with me? I'm not a weapon. Dude's taking me. They're vicious. Run.
All right, question number 18. Oh, excuse me. Still in question 17 here. Question 17. In a 2019 treatise on domestic violence, Australian journalist Jess Hill described it as a dubious pathology with no diagnostic criteria, riddled with misogyny, and founded on a lie, unquote, which is savage. Name that supposed condition in which an abductee develops a psychological bond with their abductors during captivity.
Stockholm Syndrome.
Stockholm Syndrome is very good. That's exactly right. The term was coined in reference to a hostage situation at a Kreditbanken building in Norrmalmstorg Square, I believe, in Stockholm.
Oh, here's a place.
So
this is different. There's some bathrooms over here too.
Nice.
Well, I've already used the sauna. Can I use the bathroom too?
Red and blue. Ah, yes, the 2 genders.
Yes.
Red and blue. Question number 18 in tonight's quiz. On April 26th of 2005, Jennifer Wilbanks faked her own kidnapping to avoid a certain obligation, which was set for the 30th. Her disappearance sparked a media circus that extended well beyond her being recovered unharmed 3 days later. Her case is popularly referred to by what two-word phrase?
So the instinct counts is runaway bride? She was avoiding her wedding?
She was the runaway bride. That's exactly correct. Very good. She was indeed trying to avoid her wedding.
When you said the year, I was like, that feels like that happened way longer ago.
Then they made the movie. That was almost 20 years ago, dude.
I know, but it still feels like at least the 90s thing at the earliest.
Yeah, no, 2005.
Oh, crazy.
So, also the title of a 1999 comedy starring Julia Roberts.
That's why somehow, and
that's probably why.
I don't watch rom-coms, so I would not have seen that movie, and I somehow thought that was like based on the thing.
No.
So maybe the other way around is the.
Yes, maybe Jennifer. That's probably why it got called The Runaway Bride.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because of the movie 6 years previous. So there you go. All right, 62 barfs, going strong. You are very close to a high score here.
Nice.
On Game and Guess. All right, we've got 2 questions left. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
In the penultimate episode of season 4 of The West Wing, President Bartlett's younger daughter, Zoe, is kidnapped by Kumari terrorists while attending her party for her graduation from Georgetown University. What is the name of the actress who played Zoe Bartlett?
She's in Handmaid's Tale, and she was in Mad Men.
Those were the hints, by the way. Or those were most of the hints, by the way. There is a little bit more of the hint that you haven't gotten,
name.
But.
And I have no, I know her name, but not right now.
All right. Do you want the hint?
Yeah, I'll take the hint.
It says she's also the star of The Handmaid's Tale and is not gathered by Rolling Stones.
Oh, Elizabeth Moss?
Elizabeth Moss is correct.
Yeah.
Very good.
For 2 points, probably?
For 2 points.
Yeah.
You're up to 64.
Nice.
All right. This last question, does work a little bit differently. Okay?
Cool.
So I am going to read you, this is question number 20. I'm going to read you a passage, right? Your job is to stop me by saying or buzzing in or ding or whatever, however you want to do it, when you know what the passage is from.
Okay.
Your score will be higher the earlier you buzz in.
Cool.
Right? But you only get one guess.
Okay.
So make sure you get it right when you buzz in.
All right.
All right. And there are no hints on this one.
Gotcha.
Just stop me when you know what it's from. Okay. I don't know who you are.
Oh,
I don't know what you want.
From Taken.
It is from Taken. Very good. So for 5 points, awesome. Very good.
That's a great one.
So yeah, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you are looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I have acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
That's amazing.
Great Liam Neeson and Taken. Very good. All right, well, that's the good. You finished, my friend, with an extremely nice score.
Yeah.
Of 69 barfs. Good job.
And this time it's for real and not my miscounting from last time.
I kept track here. It's all here. It's all here on my document. So, good job. All right, Jaws and the rest of you, let's see how you did for tonight's quiz. If you got between 1 and 20 points, I'm sorry to report your wagon sank while trying to ford the river. So that didn't work out for you too well. If you're 21 to 40, you've got a crick in your neck. Crick, yeah. In 41 to 60, you've babbled like a brook, but you made some sense. If you got between 61 and 80, so this is you, Jaws, you are relaxing on an inner tube in the lazy river.
Sweet.
If you got between 81 and 90, you have won a no expenses paid river rafting trip.
No expenses paid.
No expenses paid. If you got over 91 points, then you are as swift as the coursing river, with all the force of a great typhoon, with all the strength of a raging fire, mysterious as the dark side of the moon. So good job. All right, Jaws, what are you putting me through next week?
All right, well, next week we're going to go with another classic on the NES. We're going to have you do some Paperboy.
Oh, God.
Toss some papers through some windows for extra points as we talk about trivia related
I remember playing this game as a kid and just being unbelievably bad at it. So I'm really, really looking forward to this.
Yeah, and so we'll get trivia related to newspapers, bicycles, and dogs, because there's a lot of dogs chasing those newspapers.
Very good.
So
all right, so I went through the ranks. Go ahead and put your score in the comments. How did you do? Right? Did you like any of the questions? Or did anything trip you up? So go ahead and put your rank in the comments and make sure that you like and subscribe. Do that whole thing. YouTube, that's what you do. You like and subscribe. Yeah, and if you want to get in touch with us, you can do so on Twitter @GameAndGuess, or you can email us at gameandguess@gmail.com. Until next week, I'm Tyler Salt.
And I'm Dawson Sauce.
And I don't remember what catchphrase I came up with last. No. Keep gaming and guessing. That's what it was.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great one. We'll see you next time.
Bye.